Good morning! It's Friday. What does that mean, Mark?
It's time for Fun Friday Facts, better known as Mark and Brandy Aspinall, Living Colorado Elite with Berkshire Hathaway Colorado Real Estate, welcoming all of Northern Colorado and everyone else in the world and
The 4 people
Other
that
planets.
watch us and planets.
I said everybody else in the world, not just everybody else in the country and around the world, but everyone else in the world and the other places.
And the other places.
people watch
and
from.
people and things and birds and bugs that are outside our window.
It's a happy day.
Happy day.
So if you haven't watched 4 Fun Friday Facts before, a little rundown, we give a fact about Colorado, Northern Colorado. Sometimes it might not even be about Colorado. It might be other parts of the country. We really don't care. We
It's
try
just
to keep
we're
it
from
local.
Fort Collins, and it's called Fort Funds, and there's facts that we give, right?
Yes.
We attempt to keep it local here in Colorado, which is a great segue to today's
You and noises.
It's that time of year again. That was a surprise for him.
Oh, that brings me back to like 2 years ago with that stupid monkey that you kept playing over and over and over again. Oh my goodness.
That was just for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
It is elk mating season in Estes Park, where everybody goes up to watch the elk September through October. They all come in droves into Estes. And so I had to do that because of that reaction. He had no clue.
It is one of probably the coolest experiences that I
Yeah.
had with it. We did it. Shoot, it was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. So I asked Mark, were we dating or were we engaged? I can't remember.
It was right before we had Emma, so it was on our anniversary 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And we went up for the bugling. You're like, have you ever seen the elk bugling? And I was picturing this goofy little guy coming out in a slightly Austrian or Norwegian or just this goofy, almost yodeling costume and blowing a bugle. That was my picture of elk bugling. And elk would, I don't know if they would like swirl around like some magical creatures or what, but.
And this was before Frozen came out. Okay.
Yes, but I was not
Yeah.
picturing that.
Yeah.
It actually was
and I
not long before Frozen came out, though.
I know, but I died laughing because I was like, no, they make a sound that's called bugling.
It's their mating call. Yeah.
Bugle. It was really fun. So right now is the season. If you want to see elk and a lot of herds of elk, then it is time to go up to Estes Park. It's also a great time to start watching the change of colors up at Estes. So there are some restrictions to enter Rocky Mountain National Park when you are up there to see them. But I'm going to give you really quick a few facts and safety tips when you go up to see the elk. We see this every year. People come in from out of state. They're right next to trying to take a selfie.
Like this. They're like this.
No. Please don't.
Don't be an
Elk
idiot.
weigh could be up to 700 pounds. They can run 40 miles per hour. And the male elk can be, the bull elk can be extremely, extremely aggressive during this time of year. And so you put yourself at high risk when getting close to them. So here's some rules that I'm going to read off from the Rocky Mountain National Park and that the Coloradoan put in this. If you are taking a selfie, you are too close.
Don't be an idiot.
Rules of thumb to know you're too close include: if you can cover the entire elk with your thumb, about 25 yards. If the elk alters its behavior, such as stopping grazing, looking at you, and moving away from you, you are too close. Bull elk can be extremely aggressive during the mating season, so it's wise to give them a wide berth. use a telescope lens and binoculars to photograph and see them up close while keeping a safe distance. Yes, it's exciting to see elk, but take the time to park on the side of the road out of a traffic lane. It's okay to safely stop in the middle of the road if a herd of elk are crossing it. Stay in your vehicle. Don't get out.
Don't try to feed them. I don't think that's in here, but
No.
don't try to feed the elk.
Do not trespass on private land and watch safely from roads on other public access points. So, here are some of the areas to look for the elk, keeping in mind those.
Sorry, this is funny that there's areas to look for elk when we've been in Estes this time of year, and they're literally everywhere.
Yeah,
if
it
you don't
says-
see elk in Estes this time of year, you're not trying.
Yeah, but the big herds
Okay.
go to Lake Estes Golf Course, Estes Park, the 18-hole golf course, Stanley Hotel. Of course, please at the Stanley Hotel, park on the side of the road, not up where guests are staying. And then along US Highway 34 between Estes Park and the entrance to Rocky Mountain. You will, when you go up there, encounter elk crossing in between there. A couple years ago, there was a bull elk who decided to wander into a store up there, in and out, and everybody just cleared out. Keep your distance. Now, hello, Kurt. So, Kurt, as you know, you're a professional photographer. You have the lens to take pictures of elk from a safe distance. So, just be smart about it, but go listen to their bugle, have a good time, experience. Also, go on Rocky Mountain National Park's website. There are going to be times that they are shutting down the park to keep the safety during this time for the elk and the mating season and the migration patterns. So go on there, get all those. I could go on because they have all these timings and restrictions, but just be aware and go enjoy the sound of the bugling out. You know, they did a comparison to the sound of elk and the wraiths from Lord of the Rings.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, come on.
I mean, I get it. If I was a female elk, that's hot. Like, what can I say?
I mean,
Moving on.
you're welcome. Good morning, Daddy. Didn't that just inspire your Friday morning?
So much so. So moving on to real estate news, just kind of a quick update on what's going on. One, we're still seeing more inventory across all of Larimer, Weld County compared to past years, so which is good. If you missed the Instagram post we did earlier this week, we are opposite of the trend of what we're seeing in Denver area and the rest of the Front Range area right now. We're seeing listings drop. Right now, listings are up this August compared to past years. So really good news there. It means our market's just getting a little bit healthier up here, and we're moving towards just keeping a good healthy
Good
market.
trends.
Second, the Fed came out yesterday and had some announcements, and the long and the short of it is that rates are probably going to stay about where they are for mortgages. So, we'll probably do a little bit of this, but it's really going to be key to have a good team surrounding you and looking to purchase a house. That includes your realtors, a great lender, and maybe some creative ways to get that payment as comfortable as possible for what you need in your house. And we've been talking about this for a while, but now we're looking back to, especially first-time home buyers. We love you. You're so fun to work with, first-time home buyers. There's the idea that we got into with the super low interest rates of you can get into your dream home as a first-time home buyer. We're kind of back more into a little more realistic area right now, where a lot of first-time home buyers, we're looking for that starter home, that home to build equity, to build their wealth, and to be able to transition to kind of their dream home down the road.
And with that, if you aren't the first-time home buyer and you're ready to move to possibly towards that Forever Home, there are some really great opportunities because we have buyer pools of both right now. People who have bought and sold over 15 times, who are ready to make their next move. They're ready to start a different season of their lives. And so within that, selling that home that you first purchased or just last purchased to that pool of first-time home buyers and moving up, it's becoming a very, very good trend, especially here in northern Colorado.
And for those of you that are horse people, horse properties, right now, this time of year is a great time to be looking at horse properties. There may be deals to be had on certain properties. We saw the couple just hit the market this last week. If you're interested, if you're looking, obviously we're a horse family, so we know horse properties. That is definitely one of our areas of expertise. We'd love to even just talk with you about it. Or I'll throw this out there. If you're even looking at getting horses, let us know. If you have questions about it, DM us. More than happy to have that open, honest conversation, especially coming from not a horse guy. I totally eye-opening experience, and yeah.
And yes, Dad, you look at yours each morning. Yes, you do.
Pat yourself on the back there, Bill. Yep.
We look at it almost every evening. Yeah. We love ranch horse equestrian side of everything as well.
Yeah.
So with that, moving on to the random news, or what we say, the news. Mark brings to you today what?
So I'll be honest, right up front, I haven't read this whole story. I read the initial caption and I started laughing and said, yes, this has to be one of our stories. So this one is a woman rescued from inside outhouse toilet in Michigan. Let's find out together about this one. So Michigan State Police responded to an Otsego County lake where a woman became trapped inside an outhouse toilet while trying to retrieve her Apple Watch. Oh, that's better than I could have hoped. So police responded.
It's done. Leave it. Gross.
When the woman was reported shouting for help from inside the outhouse toilet.
Oh, gross.
Near the DNR boat launch. She climbed in to retrieve her Apple Watch and found herself trapped. The toilet was removed and a strap was used to hoist the woman out safely. They said in a news release, if you lose an item in an outhouse toilet, do not attempt to venture inside the contaminated area.
No, just leave it. Hopefully you have insurance on it, and then just no,
that's
gross.
Better than I ever could have
That
hoped
is
for.
so gross. That is so gross. That's just no.
I mean, what would you do if you were in the same situation, though?
I would not dive into.
You'd be like, honey, we have to go buy a new watch.
You're like, babe, I am so sorry, but that's lost. That's lost. Oh.
Even if you dig it out, how would you decontaminate that to the point where you'd be comfortable having it on your wrist again?
It's gone. It is gone.
Because I was, those grabber things, like if you get hurt and,
No, I just move on. It is gone. The watch is gone. It is done. I would consider trying to find my wedding ring.
Well, yeah, but your wedding ring, I could see where you could put it, soak it.
But I would call someone and say, my wedding ring was lost. How do we go about finding it? I would not myself put my no. Like, what thought went through her?
I can't go into detail, but Matt, if you ever watch this, I doubt you will, but does this remind you of our childhood in any way, shape, or form?
Oh.
All right, moving on to the next story.
Oh, the things that I get to learn on Fort Fun Friday Facts. What?
So, winners of the tongue-in-cheek IG Nobel Prize for this year include developers of robot zombie spiders, a smart toilet, and research into rock licking and an analysis of nose hair numbers. So
Okay, what?
the 30, yes, exactly. That was
Okay,
my
okay,
response.
okay, all right.
And this is not a joke. It is a joke, but it's not a joke. The 33rd first annual IG Nobel Prizes were awarded, and this is a thing that came up, and the awards are given for achievements that first make people laugh, then make people think. And these are actually kind of cool. So the winner of this year's Chemistry and Geology Prize was the University of Leicestershire.
Where are you reading?
Right there. Leicestershire? Yeah, you
Leicester-
pronounce that.
Leicester?
Anyway, a university, a school. Good job, guys. Jan, she was the head research
I
on this.
before E, except after C, but it's a different country. Anyway, okay.
Their research was why many scientists like to lick rocks. And they went back, and there are accounts of 18th century geologists using their sense of taste to identify rocks and other minerals. Right? So it sounds ridiculous, and then they actually get into the history of things, and it kind of makes sense. The Mechanical Engineering Prize went to a team of Houston's Rice University who pioneered the field of necrobotics by reanimating corpses of dead wolf spiders to use them as mechanical grabbing tools. Creepy but cool.
No.
That's all you have. No.
It's all everything. That's all I have on this from toilets
The
to
Literature Prize was awarded to an international team for studying the sensations many people feel when they repeat a single word many times. The study looked into how repetition leads to a feeling of j'amuse vous, which is something similar to was something familiar begins to feel unfamiliar. So it's kind of a reverse of getting comfortable with it. Yeah.
Many. Is that where the challenge came from? Can you say this word fast 10 times?
Well, no, but they're doing a study about that. That's
About
the whole
that.
thing
About
into
that.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Like when I read Dr. Seuss and the rhyming doesn't make sense, and it's so much rhyming that I can't actually get
You
it
can
out.
tell we have a kindergartner.
Like
we were reading
Fox
Dr.
and
Seuss.
Socks. Oh, dear Lord.
Fox.
I love Dr. Seuss. I hate Fox and Socks. It's a great book and it's a terrible book. Soo-Ming Park of Stanford University was awarded the Public Health Prize for developing a smart toilet that analyzes human waste to identify health issues and recognizes the user by their unique butt print. It's like a fingerprint. No two are alike. The Communication Prize was given to an international team. No comment. You just gotta cover your face. I thought that. I mean, it's actually it's one that makes you laugh. I was like, that's ingenious. But for me, that's taking AI too far. I don't need my toilet to know if I'm eating enough fiber or not. I don't care. I'll be low in fiber than to analyze my butt. She's down for the count. The Communication Prize was given to an international team who studied the brains of people who are experts at backward talking. There's a group of people that are experts at backward talking.
Oh,
that's
great.
amazing.
That's interesting.
If you've seen the social media posts of the guy that does the entire song backwards.
Oh, yeah.
He plays it backwards, sings it backwards, and then reverses the video to see how close he gets. It's amazing and confusing all at the same time.
All at the same time. That's why we play Laditto.
Yes.
For those of you who don't know, that's Padiddle backwards.
Oh, this one's awesome.
Okay.
The Nutrition Prize went to a Japanese team for developing electrified chopsticks and straws. What this does is it somehow makes the food taste saltier without adding more salt. And people getting too much salt in their diet, right? It's like, who would think of electrifying chopstick? Like, obviously these guys did,
yeah.
but
So that it
crazy.
tastes saltier?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then the education...
That was actually kind of interesting.
Right. Oh, there's two more. Education Prize went to a team who studied boredom in teachers and students, but we don't know anything more about that than that. And then
So is that boring?
apparently. The Medicine Prize went to a team who examined whether there's an equal number of hairs in each person's 2 nostrils. The team examined the nose of cadavers and found an average of 120 hairs in the left and 112 hairs in the right. Why are they not equal?
Did they address that?
No.
They just studied and found that.
Do we naturally pluck hairs out of our right nostril and not our left?
I don't ever pluck hairs out of my nostril.
That would hurt so bad. Oh.
Hey,
Oh.
Dad has a story of me, with a beard hair, let alone or mustache hair, let alone a nose hair.
You yanked out a
Well,
mustache
yeah.
hair on him?
Well, it was sticking straight out, and I was Dad, 9, 10. And I was like, Dad, you have a hair that's sticking straight out. And he's like, well, if you don't like it, pull it. And I reached out and I just went, and his lip came
Your
way
fault.
out.
Your fault.
Way out. He started crying.
Bill, I know better than to say that to my girls. I know better.
He was just thinking of that.
Especially this one.
Yeah. Pull it. So I did. Told me
Anything
to.
else?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know if I can say that. Yes, I can. The physics prize went to a team, this is the last one, who studied the extent to which ocean water mixing is affected by the sexual activity of anchovies. Why?
And that's a wrap for my Friday Facts, better known as...
I forgot. I guess everything has to mate.
Mark, I'm just moving on. Mark and Brittany Aspinall live in Colorado, leading part of Berkshire Hathaway, Colorado Real Estate, bringing you this edition on this wonderful Friday.
Of Fun Friday Facts. Did we already do that?
Yeah,
we did that. I'm still
He's
back
still
in the
reeling.
story.
We will see you on Monday for Monday Morning Mindset, better known as...